Hey, here's a higher level way to think about chords, scales, and arpeggios for composing. Try to see them as a set of notes rather than a set of shapes. For example, if we start with a chord and we apply the theory of inversion, or the idea that we can rearrange the notes in the chord so that we have a different note other than the root note in the bass, then we can see a chord as simply a set of notes where the order doesn't matter. This becomes interesting and liberating as we can use this knowledge to divorce ourselves from predetermined shapes. For example, if I only think and know in shapes, then that can determine what I play, which ends up being quite limiting. That being said, if you're a beginner, then learning shapes is totally fine. This is more for the advanced players who are looking to take the next step. Anyways, so as long as I know the notes of the chord, and I can find those notes on my fretboard, then I can create my own custom voicings. For example, let's take a look at a chord like A major 9, spelled A, C sharp, E, G sharp, and B. If I want to create some new A major 9 voicings, all I need to do are take these notes and arrange them in any order I want in order to create a new shape. So let's try and create a new chord. We can start with the fifth of the chord as an open note, this open E string here. Next up, let's try and grab the third, the C sharp. So for my next note, I want to find a note that I can actually reach with my fingers. So looking at my available options, we have G sharp here, which would be the seventh of the chord, or we could grab the fifth again, which would be kind of redundant because it's in a similar range. So let's try and grab the seventh here. So now we have the fifth, the third, the seventh, and we can grab the root up here, or we could grab the the ninth, like that. I think I prefer grabbing the root. And then we can grab the ninth right here, this open string, and then we can get the fifth again with the open high E string. So if we play it all at once, we have a nice, fresh A major 9 voicing. Now let's try and do another one. So I liked starting with those open notes for the fifth and the root. So maybe we'll do that again. We've got the open E, and then we've got open A covering the root and the fifth. For my next available options, I can find anything on the D string here that is part of my chord. So let's start with the ninth. And my hand is nice and naturally set up ready here for some options. So we can grab the third, and then we'll grab the seventh, and then we'll play the fifth. And so now we have another A major 9 voicing. Okay, let's try another example, this time based on an arpeggio of an A major 9 chord. In this example, we're going to try and find the notes of the chord rather than rely on any predetermined fingerings or shapes that we might know. So let's start maybe on the E string here, and we could play something like the fifth, going to the seventh, and then maybe to the root. Or we could do something like this, where we start on the seventh, and then maybe we'll hammer onto the third. And then we could grab the ninth with like an open note here, this open B string. We could also play this like this. We could go 7, root, 3, 9, which is kind of an easier and smoother gesture. Moving on from this here, we could experiment with maybe taking our third, going up to the fifth, like this, and then we could grab, say, the seventh of the chord right here, this G sharp, and then I think what I want to do is grab the root, like that, so that we have this cool minor second crunch. Maybe play the ninth again, see how that sounds in that context. That could be kind of an interesting chord. Maybe just to pause for a second, I can strum these guys here, and that would give me a cool A major 9 voicing. But let's continue our arpeggio idea. So I could go like that, and then maybe I could go up to the third again, so we'd have this kind of parallel major third thing. And then maybe let's just finish off this idea here. So we'll just try and slide up with our pinky. So that'll take us up to the fifth. We could grab like the seventh, the ninth. Then we could grab the seventh again. And those would be a couple different fingerings and ideas based on an A major 9 chord where I didn't really rely on a predetermined shape. We were just thinking about different notes and intervals and different things that we could reach that were different and weren't based on these structures that we might have had to begin with, like some kind of staircase pattern or something. So give that a go, and hopefully that helps you to expand your chord and arpeggio ideas. Alright folks, there you have it. If you like this video, then please make sure to like, share, and subscribe as I put out a new video every single week. And if you want to support the channel, then please consider checking out my Patreon page, where for as little as $1 a month, you guys will have access to some bonus content like guitar tabs, lesson notes, chord diagrams, and other little goodies like that. Honestly, the Patreon page really helps and allows me to get some extra equipment to make these videos better. Finally, I also teach lessons through Skype. There's a link to my email address in the description below. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this gave you some new ideas on how to use chords and arpeggios, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.